Welcome back to the case studies. I'm Michael Light, and I'm here with Astaria Light. No relation, though I think we're both connected to the light. And in this case study, Astaria has a new business. She's been doing it for a year. She's a sound healing practitioner, but she's run into some self-sabotage and roadblocks, and we're going to work on clearing those. So she told me that she has been hiding all her life, afraid to be seen and show who she really is, which makes it a little tricky to have a business. And she feels like there's really more to her than sharing sound. It's going to come through because she's got a brilliant, shining, beautiful soul, but she's kind of keeping it covered up, as many people do on this planet. And she's afraid of expressing it because she's afraid she might be judged by others. So it feels like she's going upstream most of the time in her business, trying to push herself into action when she's feeling tired and her body feels stagnant. And she has a bit of a health issue, and she wondered if that health condition is she's using it to self-sabotage and keep herself small, and she's ready to release it right now in this case study.
Yes.
And she feels she's not pursuing opportunities that she has to share her wonderful gifts. And the momentum's halted with her business growth. It feels like she's pushing a ball uphill, and if she stops for a moment, it's going to roll back down. So no brakes allowed for Astaria. And then she'd have to push it all the way up the hill again. And that sounds like that Greek guy, Syphilis, if I'm saying his name right, who did that for his whole lifetime, which he got to actually enjoy. But I think you're done with this
Yes.
kind of activity.
Yes, done with that.
And suffice to say, because of all this self-sabotage and going forwards and backwards, financially, business not doing so good.
Right.
So tell us, you said you've got a bright light. You know that, right? And all people do. We're all spiritual beings with bright lights that have different gifts we could share on this planet that we've incarnated on. And you hide it and cover it up. Tell us a bit more about that.
I feel this intense fear emotion that comes over my body when I think about being in front of people and expressing my soul. And so I tend, or have tended in the past, to hide out in a place of comfort where it's easier to not speak up and share my voice. And there's a piece of me that fears getting in front of people and speaking my truth for what it might feel like in my body, and also for fear of being judged or not being understood, etc., etc.
So would you be brave and imagine yourself standing in front of a huge crowd of people, shining your light, telling your truth, being yourself, sharing the wonderful stuff you have, and experience that intense fear and other things that are going to come up? And let's just connect to the light. I know we did that before we started recording, but do the TLC to the light connect. So take your conscious, because you've done this earlier, I'm going to run through it a bit quicker. But there's a video on my website that will run people through it step by step. And we'll put the link to that on the webpage below this case study. So just take your consciousness up a few thousand miles, connect to your truth, love, and beauty and purity. Bring that down through your head, your neck, your chest, your stomach, your abdomen, your legs, down through your feet, and go down, down, down to the center of the earth, and bring the understanding, unconditional love and acceptance of Mother Earth back up through your feet, your hips, your abdomen, your stomach, your heart, your throat, your head. So now you have light coming from above and below. And expand your heart out as big as the universe. So expand your heart as big as the room you're in, the building, the city, the country, as big as the planet, the solar system, the galaxy, and as big as the universe. So now you're connected to the light, which makes all intuitive work and healing better. It also makes it so much easier to run a business. And I'm going to do one other step I don't do with other people first time on connecting to the light. Are you okay doing something a little unusual, even if you don't understand what it is?
Yeah.
So we connected from below to Mother Earth. I want you to keep that connection to Mother Earth. And now I want you to connect to your home planet. So you're both connected to Mother Earth and your home planet, and you have light coming from above, and you're expanded. Your heart is expanded big as the universe. And just notice the difference that makes. So in my experience, roughly 80% of people are from a different home planet, 20%, incarnating for the first times here. And it's hard to feel at home when you're not on your home planet. And it's hard to do things in business on this planet when you don't feel connected, when you don't feel grounded.
Yeah.
So if you don't get anything else from this case study, connect to the light, play with connecting to your home planet, see if that makes a difference for you personally. And it can really help in being in a high vibration of love, grace, gratitude, enlightenment, all the high vibrations that when we shine our beautiful light fully, we're going to be in, and to be able to get stuff done in all the mundane, three-dimensional stuff like bank accounts, money, sales, marketing, all those things. So how are you feeling right now?
I feel open and light.
Okay, so are you ready to dive back into this intense sphere with the intention of clearing it out?
Yes.
The intense sphere of being seen for your true light and expression in front of other people. You imagine you're on a stage, thousands of people are, watching you. And you said that brought up an intense fear before. Is that still what's going on? Fear of being judged, not understood?
I'm feeling more connected to the people that I'm sharing with. Like they're welcoming me.
So let's make that stronger. Yeah. Let's make that stronger. You just visualize yourself connected to the light. Visualize all the people in the crowd individually connecting to their light, above and below, and all their hearts have expanded out as big as the universe. And now visualize your light shining from your heart to each of their hearts, energetically sharing whatever it is you're sharing through your voice and music and knowledge and insight. Because when you speak publicly, or you do a webinar, or you send an email, or however you communicate with other people, you're both doing something in the third dimension. You're standing on a stage speaking, or you're typing things on your computer and it's going off in an email. You're doing a webinar, and however those work technically. But, there's a third dimensional aspect to all of these things. And you are also connecting energetically with other people. And you can do that consciously. And it makes for far more effective presentations, sales calls, mass emails, marketing, websites, whatever it is, using intention and light to connect with people.
Mm. Yeah.
So now when you're contemplating expressing your truth in front of all these people, what do you notice now?
I just feel this like love, and it's like everyone's excited for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. So can you imagine doing something like that now?
Yeah, totally.
Yay. So next time you're doing something, whether anything where you're putting yourself out there, whether it's online or in person, or you're writing a book or appearing in a movie or whatever it is you're doing, instead of being freaked out about it, do that energy exercise. Connect yourself to light, connect all the audience to the light, and connect your heart to their heart, transmitting energetically what you're sharing.
Okay.
And let's also just clear any patterns you have around hiding yourself, hiding your light. So, I'm going to ask you another question. I just want you to answer the first number that comes to your head. You don't have to know consciously the answer. So, when you think about being terrified of being in front of other people and them judging you or not understanding you, what's the youngest age you had that experience?
3.
Okay. Who was it with? You don't have to consciously know who, just mom, dad, teacher, sibling, stranger.
It was adults. My parents might have been there. I'm not sure.
Other adult. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe friends of your parents.
I just feel really
Perhaps someone
small, and
else.
like there's all these big people around me.
Sure. And you were probably, as many young children are, you were full of life and joy and shining your light. And
Mm-hmm.
they didn't like it because maybe it reminded them that they were not shining their light. So they kind of tried to shut you down by judging you and not getting you.
Totally, yeah.
So let's see light coming from above and below to that younger Astaria, clearing out the pattern she created that day, that she decided she better hide her light and pretend she wasn't her true self and cover up all her talents and abilities just in case her parents and other people judged her and didn't understand her, and maybe they'd stop loving her and run away from her.
Mm.
And I just want to point out to you and to everyone watching, you are having light come from above and below to this other version of yourself. You are not sending light from your heart to her. That's a thing that people sometimes do when they're healing. They try sending light from themselves to the other person. It's very draining.
Mm.
You know, we have an infinite supply of light from the universe. Let's use it.
Mm.
You know, anyone who's done energy healing or Reiki or anyone who finds themselves drained when they interact with other people, they are probably sending their own light directly to others instead of invoking divine light from above and below when they want to illuminate someone.
It's a really good thing
That's a
to know.
very common thing. Yeah, many healers do that. I've done it myself. Many entrepreneurs do the same thing. You know, because many entrepreneurs are sensitive to other people's energy. That's why they're so good at picking up on what their clients want, and what will keep their staff working well. But then they make the mistake of using up their own energy and getting drained.
Mm-hmm. So your antidote
So
is bring light from below and above with that exercise.
you visualize, you set the intention, light comes from above and below to them. You're commanding the universe's energy. You're part of the universe, right? The universe is this whole great collection of different consciousnesses. And I regard humans, animals, plants, rocks, planets, they all have their own sort of consciousness. And the universe is all of that stuff, all regarded as one. And then each of us individually is a part of the universe. And it's kind of like, if you've ever seen a hologram, one of those little 3D things.
Yeah.
And if you break a hologram into two pieces, you don't end, if you cut a painting into two pieces, you don't see the whole painting in each half, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you cut a hologram into two pieces, each piece shows the whole image, maybe at a slightly lower resolution. If you break a hologram into 100 pieces, each of those pieces still shows the whole image. Same thing with the universe. We break the universe itself broke itself into all the different pieces, all the different humans, all the other pieces. Each of them is part of the universe and is its own little, version of it. And we are all basically God with a body on a planet in a time, having this human experience, not humans occasionally having spiritual experiences. But we pretend to cover up that wonderful light, so that we can have a deeper human experience. It's sort of like, have you ever gone to the movies and they turn the lights on and you drop out of being able to see the movie? Yeah, you were really into the movie. You actually were there in the story with them, right? And you were having all the emotions. And then the lights come on for whatever reason. Maybe you're watching a DVD at home and the lights came on, or the dog starts barking or whatever. And you drop out of the movie, right? But when we want to go watch a movie and really enjoy it, we really get into the experience. And we kind of forget that we are not in the movie. So the same thing when we incarnate, if you want to have a particular movie experience in your life, then you have to block out your own light to have it. If you're trying to, if you wanted to have a movie experience where you were a beautiful, wonderful, light and soul-filled, shining creature, you wouldn't have to block your light out. But if you want to have the experience where you experience sickness for years and then you recover, you can't do that while you're like a bright, shining light. You have to cover up some of that light. If you want to experience that you start a business and it's a struggle and you're always pushing the ball uphill and it keeps coming back and you're so tired of it, and then one day you break through it and you're so joyful you broke through it, you can't have those experiences if you were your bright, shining light the whole time.
Right.
Do you get how impossible it would be? Because you just see that, oh yeah, this is a movie, I'm making this up, I'm covering up my power. And then you wouldn't be fully experiencing what you've experienced. Quite clever. It's a very powerful trick you've played on yourself. And everyone watching who does the same thing in different areas of their life. I mean, I think several of the purposes of incarnating are to experience different things, all the billions of different aspects that we can experience, different emotions and experiences, to have joy and to grow, personally growth or spiritual growth, however you want to look at it. If you look at the universe or God as a tree and it's sent these branches going out in a billion different directions to have a billion different experiences, and some of them are in the light and some of them are in the dark. Some of us just have some experiences that are a little wacky.
So when I have all these desires, if I have all these desires,
go ahead.
Almost like magical visions of beauty and light and color, and yet I'm in this physical body having this human experience, I get frustrated knowing that there's the possibility of all this beauty, and yet my physical isn't matching that. So is it just that I need to accept the limitations of what it's like to be in this human body and live this experience? Or is it possible to channel in all those beautiful visions and make them real in this in this life.
So reconnect yourself to the light from above, connect from above, connect from below, connect to your home planet, expand out as big as the universe. And you can do that in a couple of breaths once you get used to it.
Okay.
And then ask your own intuition to give you a yes or a no on that very question. Is it possible for you to be a powerful spiritual being with a human body and experience all those wild, amazing dreams that you have?
I'm getting a yes, but then there's like something else shrouding it. Like it's almost like yes to a degree, or eventually.
You probably, yeah, I mean, let's clear that in a moment. You probably know that famous Marianne Williamson quote about true fear is not the darkness.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it up now for other people.
Quote of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just, wonders of Google, it can find things in a heartbeat. Yeah, the quote was, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. So there's part of you, probably your ego part, that's afraid of being so powerful, so bright, so shining. And when I ask myself, ask the question you asked, can we be powerful spiritual beings with amazing, infinite dreams and still, have a human body on a planet at a time? The answer is yes. That's what's happening at this time. A lot of people are waking up, and that's why a lot of people have challenges in their lives. They have health challenges, their businesses are having issues, and it's a test of their belief in their ability that, yeah, this is all a movie. I'm doing this, for a reason, and I can shift the movie. I am not just an actor in this movie. I am the scriptwriter, the director, the camera person, the editor. I can change the movie anytime I want to. I just have to remember that I am in a movie.
So being in the movie, it's like, do I have to play the parts? Like, do I have to kind of...
You don't have to do anything. You're a choice. But then, there is no more have to. I choose to play the part. I am choosing to be sick. I am choosing to be tired and not able to move forward my business. That's very different from I'm suffering from that and taking a victim posture that this is happening to me.
Yeah. Okay, I get that part of it. The other thing that comes up when you're talking is like this whole thing around money. And I think about this quite a bit. It's been coming up a lot that, money, there's so many different ways of looking at it. It's used as a tool. It's been used in really negative ways in the past, and I really want to do positive things with it and use it to be able to share more. However, if that wasn't in place, if I didn't feel like I had to make money, then would I be struggling so much trying to make my business be sustainable in that way? Versus me just freely sharing and expressing naturally, whereas it turns out to be this thing where I have to do it and I have to reach these certain goals and outcomes in order to make this much in order to survive and da-da-da. And I know that's a big one for a lot of people.
I think that is a big one for other people, and let's just put that in the case study parking lot for another case study, because otherwise we'll be here for 17 hours straight. Let's just focus on being seen for your true self. Okay. And I think shifting that is going to shift the money as well for you and for many other people. But there's a whole conversation around money that I don't want to shortchange people, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I do want to come back to where you said, hey, can I really do anything in my life? And you felt, you got a yes, but you also felt this dark energy of a kind of no or a doubt
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
So I just want us, you to, let's clear that right now. You up for that?
Yes.
Okay. What a brave woman you are. Yay. So just reconnect yourself to the light, because once you started talking about money, I don't know if you noticed this, and I encourage our viewers to notice, your vibration dropped.
Yes.
You were all high vibration, and then it went zonk down.
Yeah.
So it's a good skill to know. I mean, that's okay. We're human. We have patterns. We have beliefs that we have places. It's like there's an eggshell around us, right? And there are where we're little chicks waking up in our consciousness, and we've chipped away the eggshell in certain places, and the light is shining through. Our light is shining out. Other places, that shell is still there, blocking our light. And you have a block around money.
Yes.
And when you think about it or talk about it, your vibration just drops down.
Totally. Yeah.
And the goal would be to clear that and to be neutral about money. Money is just a concept. It's just energy. It's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could make a choice as to whether you were going to freely do stuff and the money would just appear, or whether you're going to do things in exchange for money or some other incredible thing that your infinite consciousness dreams up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So anyway, reconnect to the light, go up, go down, connect to your home planet as well as the earth, expand out your heart as big as the universe.
Okay.
And now visualize a copy of yourself in front of you. And she is contemplating being able to manifest anything from her amazing infinite mind and dreams. And there's this cloud of doubt there around her. And can you see that around her?
Mm-hmm.
Or know that it's there? I mean, some people see, some people know. Mm-hmm. We all get our psychic information different ways. But now I want you to see, first of all, I want you to see that dark cloud. Imagine you have an expand or a zoom function on your computer, and you can kind of zoom in, expand in, and expand it, make it bigger so you can see it in more detail, and then send light from above and below. And send any, whatever color or sound or shape that comes to you intuitively that it needs to clear. From above, below, from left, right, front, back, inside, outside. Just light, waterfalls of light, whole oceans of light, just washing away that pattern. Washing away that doubt. Washing away that constriction that you can't be whoever you want to be. You can't create whatever you want to create. It's just going away. Thank you, pattern, for being in my life for all these decades, constricting me. Nice knowing you. Time for your retirement. And just send some light into your throat. I feel the stuff you've got stashed in your throat. So see light coming from above and below into your throat. Expand your throat chakra out. And I get twitching whenever I'm clearing energy. You may get, yawning or need to stretch or whatever it is that's going on for you. What would it take for your throat chakra to be your ideal healthy self in these higher vibrations and still effective in the third dimension with all the practical stuff? Everything in the way of that release free light across all realities. Just wash anything away that's resisting that. Do you have some water nearby that you can drink?
Mm-hmm.
Always good when shifting energy to drink lots of water. Oh, what a nice glass. And people watching this, if you notice you could do with some water, please have a drink too. I've programmed energy into this video and it will help other people clear. If you are noticing yourself clearing, please take care of yourself too. So let's clear this pattern of being hidden and having doubt about having your abilities. Let's clear that from every time in this lifetime, not just your 3-year-old self, but see light coming from above and below to every age where you hid yourself, where you doubted yourself. I mean, if you want to convince yourself that you're not a powerful being, doubt is a great way to achieve that. It's so corrosive, right? But it's only a belief and a pattern. And it's just like the mist on a day. It can look really solid, the mist. If you've ever been in the hills where the mist rolls in, sun comes up, light shines, mist evaporates. Mm. Same with the doubt. The doubt can really appear to be a really heavy blanket smothering you. You put the light on and you apply your consciousness to it and zoom in on it and just wash it away. It just evaporates like the mist on a summer day.
Mm. I like that.
Because doubt is part of the ego. Yeah, your higher self doesn't have doubt. Mm-hmm. Your higher self just knows what the truth is. Mm. Okay, so what do you know when you look at that copy of yourself in front of you? What do you notice around her now?
Just lots of color and interesting shapes, and it's almost
go ahead. It's almost like
it's like shifting, and it's almost like an in the moment creation of this color and the arrangement of it.
So I'm going to ask you a question to your intuition. Just answer with the first number that comes to you. Because the first number that comes is your intuition speaking. Any second guesses you have after a second or two is your ego.
Okay.
So with intuition, you want to go with the first thing that comes to your mind. So as a percentage from 0 to 100, how much of this doubt mist is still surrounding you?
60%.
Okay. What would it take to get it to 0%?
Like regular clearing.
So you can measure any pattern or any aspect of yourself. You can go from a scale of 0 to 100 or 0 to 10, whatever scale works for you, or any other scale you care to dream up. And you can use that to see how far you've gone, right? What is left to do. Or you could ask, how many aspects of this doubt are in my belief system, and what number comes to you? That was a question.
Can you ask again?
How many aspects of this doubt are in your belief system?
I'm getting the number 7.
Okay, so you could then work on them one at a time to be able to focus more light on each individual one. You've kind of blanketed the whole area with a carpet bombing of light, right? But there are individual elements of this belief system that are still there. Also, you can try rotating this copy of yourself and see if some of those are hiding behind her. We often put things we don't want to consciously know behind us in our energy field because humans are typically forward focused. So we often stash stuff in our backs or in the back part of our chakras. Every chakra has the front and the back. It has other pieces too, but the big pieces are the front and back. It's very common to find psychic crap and knives and cords and all kinds of things around the back or under your feet or above your top of your head because we don't tend to look there.
Yeah.
So this copy of yourself, you can rotate it around. You can have a look inside it. You can scar it for any other traces of this. And you can see how you're doing on this healing as you do every day. You do a clearing of this using this method. You can either play this video again or come up with whatever method your creativity gives you.
Okay.
And you can see how much is left to do. It's sort of like, have you ever seen those little tablets that they sometimes give kids to see if they brush their teeth good? You know, and it turns the plaque red. I don't know if you've seen those, but
I haven't seen those.
they use it to teach children to brush all of their teeth and not just the ones they feel like brushing.
Okay.
So you can illuminate with your consciousness and your intuition where you have patterns left, where in your energy system, which chakra are you holding this in, where around your body, how many of these beliefs are left,
Okay.
how much is left, right? What percentage is left, so you know how you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, in some way, intuition is creativity. You know, it's exactly the same as making things up, which is where a lot of people create doubt in their intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just think, oh, that can't be true. I'm just making it up. No, that's your intuition talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you got that making thing up within the first few seconds of you thinking about the question, it's your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a long time later, maybe your ego is making stuff up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you've now got a way to clear this fully out. I don't think we have time to, you know, you may have to go around quite a few times.
Yeah. Okay.
But already you've decreased it by 40% just in a few minutes.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, yeah, sure. And then let's just do some work on your shoulder chakra. So you know about the main 7 chakras, you know, from the root all the way up to the crown chakra. And you have in the middle there, you've got the heart chakra, the throat chakra, third eye.
Mm-hmm.
In between the heart chakra and the throat chakra at the shoulders and the thyroid, and that's where your health challenge is, at your thyroid.
Yeah.
There is a minor chakra. I call it the shoulder chakra. It's where we store obligations, shoulds, have tos, musts, responsibilities.
Oh.
Most entrepreneurs stash a whole shitload of stuff there.
Wow. Yeah.
Can you notice that now when you're talking about it?
Yeah.
That there's energy in your shoulders?
Yeah.
I mean, some people talk about the weight of their world being on their shoulders, literally,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's because that's typically where we stash those things. And entrepreneurs often take on a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of obligation, and, you know, you have to pay your employees and you have to satisfy the customer. You've got all this enormous to-do list that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to, you know, get that in there.
Yeah.
So let's see that copy of yourself in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at her shoulder chakra. And let's expand it out and let's throw light into it from above and below. And from the left, right, front, back, inside, outside, all dimensions that we can send light to it. And let's see all that skunky responsibility, shoulds, of have tos dropping away, falling into Mother Earth. Oh, nice psychic food snack for Mother Earth. And you can repeat this one many times. You can also send light from above and below directly to your glands and organs, in particular to your thyroid gland.
Mm.
But you could go through every single physical system, you know, all the organs, all the muscles, bones, glands, veins, lymphatic system, all of that. You could individually send light from above and below to each of them. If you decide to do that, just lie down. The way I would suggest doing it is either sit in a chair or lie down in bed. Start going through them systematically, but ask your angels, hey, angels, if I fall asleep doing this, because it's very relaxing, can you please complete, you know, the rest of them? And that way you don't have to be worrying, oh, I don't want to fall asleep, you know, and yet you're having a good time sending light to your different body parts.
Yeah.
And you probably already know this as a very wise healer, but every body part, when it's having a dis-ease, right? Dis-ease literally means lack of ease in that body part.
Mm-hmm.
It has a message for you, typically. And if we hear the message, the dis-ease does not have to stay around.
Mm.
Same thing with our businesses. If you have parts of your business that are healthy and work well, and you have other parts that are really a struggle and don't work well,
Mm-hmm.
they have messages for you too. And if you send light to them from above and below and say, hey, just imagine that part of your business that isn't working as well has a message for you. And it's probably trying to point out that you have some pattern in your life that you're repeating, and it's turning up in your business in order to give you the opportunity to clear that in your life.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just like you've probably seen friends who date the same person time after time, banging their head against the wall with the relationship that doesn't work for them.
Yeah.
And if they ever grow spiritually in this incarnation, which is a choice they have, they eventually shift something in themselves, and then they date someone different who may be a better fit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a pattern you've seen in your friends?
Oh yeah, totally.
Or possibly in yourself?
In myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing in every aspect of our life, whether it's our health or our business or our dating or our family or how we see our reality. Yeah. It's all a reflection of our inner life. The stuff we have inside, we reflect out back into our reality. We project it out into that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And if we notice and are conscious, it's an opportunity every time to clear whatever that piece of the eggshell that we're covering up our light with.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only an opportunity and an invitation. We can choose to let it go, in which case it can get even more insistent. So I just invite you to do that after we finish this case study, that you just meditate on your thyroid, but on it, and see if it's trying to tell you something. And to me, it's very clear one of the things it's trying to say, which I think you probably already know. It's, do you know what it's trying to say to you before I speak?
Well, when you talked about all the shoulds and stuff, it's like that responsibility, or that sense of responsibility that I'm just sort of like holding and not allowing like a flow to move through. So there's a big allowing, like giving myself permission to let some of that go, perhaps, and not worry so much or control it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the whole shining your light thing, expressing yourself, that usually comes through people's throat chakras. So the whole thing you've done in your whole life where you cover up your expression, you that's being shown through your thyroid too.
That's a huge
and
one.
Then some of those doubt aspects, I think you stash those inside your thyroid too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because doubt is very energy draining, and
huge.
It's a self-attack.
Yeah.
So coming back to where we started this case study, where you were feeling that you needed to hide and you couldn't express your true self and your business was not flowing, how do you feel on those things now?
I feel like there's a lot more light around it and a lot more clarity around just what I need to do to keep that flow moving, and connecting with the light is a huge tool that I'm going to be using more and more now to facilitate that flow. Mm-hmm.
Yay! What a world it would be if everyone just connected to the light as a habit every day.
I know. Wow.
And what a shift in all the entrepreneurs and business leaders watching this, if they did this in their business.
Yeah.
And how that would affect their staff and their clients and their vendors, and how much more opportunity would come to them easily if they were in that state of being connected to the light.
Yeah. Wow. Feels really uplifting.
That's the message. That's part of the message I want to spread this year.
Thank you.
Because it will totally change people's businesses. You will be more abundant. You will have more ease. You will have more joy in your work. And it will totally change the whole society and planet that we live on if everyone does that.
Yeah.
So there are selfish reasons to do this, and there are, whatever the word is, group reasons.
It's inclusive. If we all just raised into the light and enveloped ourselves with that, then we get to share in that way.
And we'd have more fun.
Yeah.
And we'd make more money.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
All right. Vote for the light this year. And you do that just by choosing yourself to connect to the light.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Well, are you okay wrapping up at this point?
Sure. Yeah. Feels good.
All right. You got plenty of home play to play with. Home play is like homework, except it's fun.
I like that.
Yeah. And I invite any people watching who resonated with any of the exercises we did, play with those. And if you found you got a lot of clearings from this, either you, Astaria, right now, or other people watching it later, I encourage you to watch the video several times. You can listen to it while you fall asleep. Sometimes when we clear really deep stuff, we just kind of click out and go to sleep. So that's not a bad thing. That means you're having a deeper clearing. It's your higher self said, hey, we need to get the ego out of the way so we can really clear this stuff. So let's just go have the ego have a nap.
Yeah.
So it's totally okay if when you're doing clearings on yourself, like that self meditation where you scan through your body parts of your chakras, or you're watching videos like this, it's totally okay if you click out. And then if you watch the same thing or listen to the same audio several times, you'll be able to listen consciously, and you'll hear new things each time you listen, because you'll have cleared more of that eggshell you have around yourself where you're hiding your light. It's like what were those three monkeys? See no evil, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And they, we pretend not to know our truth. We pretend not to see our own light. And when we're doing these clearings and you listen to it repeated times, more and more your light is shining, and you're able to see more and more. All right. Well, please do update us on Facebook what things you notice different in your life.
Okay.
People watching, I encourage you to journal in your journal what you notice different. What we notice is what grows. If you don't want to change in your life, then cover up your mind and ignore any changes that happen and pretend that everything's just the same old bad situation it always was. And then you can go back to the movie and the popcorn of the movie you had. But if you want the light on and you want to wake up, then you need to be aware of it. And journaling is a great way to be self-aware.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, I so appreciate it. Sorry, you were saying?
Thank you so much. I feel like you've shared lots of really powerful tools.
You are welcome. And I hope it helps you and all the other people watching this. I had a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing your bright, shining light coming out in the world.
Yay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.